What's going on, people? Phonicz. Right to truth.
Yeah. Cool-headed, but I'm too deadly. All the way up to the top where I'm going, nigga, where you headed? King shit, overrule peasants. Don't lose your bitch for 2 seconds. All I gotta do is talk to her for a few seconds, and she'll be trying to get me smooth back it. Gooseneck, man, marijuana, get the move ready. Crew reppin' since 9th grade, high school freshman. Young nigga, I was too restless. You guessed it, no cap, it's a new era. Midnight with my last bitch and my last bitch. That's 2 X's, those Eckers, 2 N's. I was gone for a few seconds and came home.
Sup, what's good, y'all? What's going on? Welcome to Right to Truth. Phonicz, your host. Often imitated, never duplicated. Happy Friday, as they say at the workplace. Happy Friday. Truth is, if you don't enjoy your Friday and Saturday, you can forget it, because Sunday come, weekend is over. And that's a whole fact, man. So what's been going on out there? Yeah, I see a lot of people talking about Deion. I'm not talking about Deion Sanders. I don't care about Deion Sanders. Deion Sanders is a squirrely man. Yo, and I love sports, right? I love sports. All different kind of sports. But do you see how people be so vested when you're talking about sports like you're talking about their God or their mother or something? It's just crazy to me. Like, it's just crazy how they're so just enthralled in that and what's going on with that. Like, that's just crazy to me. Like, I don't even get it. Like, it's more to life than sports, man. You know, but speaking of sports, old Joey B, President Joe Biden, got Brittney Griner to the house, huh? Yeah, see, she came home, last night? Arrived in Texas. And this is, basically a synopsis of what I want to get into tonight, man. It's like, and if you see the title, it says, celebrity trumps everything. And that's basically no pun intended. Like, celebrities get, like, it's already not enough that they're rich, like they're famous, and like they can get in all the restaurants and all the exclusive clubs, and they can shut down stores if they want to. But I'll be damned if they don't become a political prisoner and get released. And you had another American over there. That man been in for how long? A couple years now, and got like 14 more years to go of a 16-year sentence. And we're gonna get to him too in a minute, because the press, you have to watch the press, the media, because they like to twist things and lie about things. So we're gonna get to them in a little while. But let's just get back to this. It's just wild to me that, and look, I understand she was a pawn. I understand she's a pawn. I understand most people, with the exception of the ones that get caught for drug smuggling, you know what I'm saying, or some outrageous stuff like rape or something, they do be political pawns. I understand that. I get that. But how you going to release her or you know what I'm saying, before the other one? Nah, we want both of our prisoners. But one is a high profile one, and every celebrity and their mama been saying free Brittney Griner. They ain't say nothing about the other person, Mr. Paul Whelan, but free Brittney Griner. LeBron James don't know a damn thing about Paul Whelan, who's been over there since, hold on, let me see if I can find out when he got locked up over there. Let me see. I'll get it for y'all, but he's been there for a couple of years. You see how these other celebs, they're quick to try to rally around certain issues, and they never have any knowledge of it. And then LeBron, you starting to really be that one that's coming under indictment to me, because you be so quick to run your damn mouth, but you don't know what you're talking about. And it's really shameful on your part. I'm sure you have a lot of downtime. You don't do anything but bounce a ball. Oh, I know you got business to run, yeah, whatever. But if you're gonna come out and speak among the people like you speaking for the people, you need to be more informed, brother. Take your time and read up on stuff. Hell, you got enough money, pay somebody to read to you. How about that? Pay somebody to put you on the game. It's just, and of course, I got an article from CNN Politics. And, again, like I said, you got to watch the media, because they have a way with words. And if you're not really up on game, like LeBron isn't up on game, then you'll fall victim to their words. Here's the title, y'all. Inside Biden's agonizing decision to take a deal that freed Brittney Griner but left Paul Whelan in Russia. His agonizing decision. Oh my God, Joey B couldn't sleep. It's by Kevin Liptak and Phil Mattingly for CNN. And yo, excuse me, yo, because these words is really small. Where are my glasses at? In conversations across an array of government channels, Russian officials were clear with their American counterparts. They would release Griner, and only Griner, in exchange for a convicted Russian arms dealer nicknamed the Merchant of Death. Remember what I told you about these words, yo? Because of the matter's exceedingly high profile, it was certain those conditions had been set by Russian President Vladimir Putin himself, one U.S. official said. Despite Biden's attempts to link Griner's case to that of Paul Whelan, a former U.S. Marine arrested on espionage charges in 2018 and sentenced to 16 years in prison. So he's been there for 4 years now, going on 5. 2 years later, it became plain recently that Putin would not budge. The choice was bringing Brittney Griner home right now or bringing no one home right now. One senior administration official said. Who's a senior official? I want to know who you are. You don't have to be anonymous. With winter approaching at the penal colony where Griner was being held, Biden faced a singularly presidential decision. Welcoming Griner home would fulfill a promise and end the nightmare endured by her and her family. But any victory would be tempered by the inability to secure Whelan's freedom and inevitable blowback over the release of one of the most prolific arms dealers of the past decades. The situation was complicated further when senior law enforcement officials, angry at the prospect of releasing a notorious figure it had taken years to capture, and alarmed by the preceding bout's release, was set, raised strong objections. Biden took the deal. Quote, Brittney will soon be back in the arms of her loved ones, and she should have been there all along, the president said from the Roosevelt Room, where he was joined by Griner's wife. This is a day we've worked toward for a long time. Moments early in Abu Dhabi, Griner had stepped from her transport plane into the Middle East air, 50 degrees warmer than Moscow, and smiled, the U.S. official said. Oh, that's so touching. That's so sweet, ain't it, y'all? That's just sweet. You know, good job, Joey B. You know, we're going to bring the celebrities home. That's what we're going to do. And we're going to leave an average citizen over there just to ride. You know, and you know, Mr. Whelan's family is very classy. You know, they've accepted it, and you know, they support the decision. Classy people. I just don't support the decision, and I'm tired of these celebrities. You know, who are seen like they're just above the rest of us, and it makes me sick because I know, just like most people know, when we leave this earth and we separated from our body. Wherever the soul goes, don't nobody cares about how many records you sold. Don't nobody care about how many points you scored. Don't nobody care about how many top 10 singles you had. Don't nobody care if you had mixtape of the year. Don't nobody care if you can sell out Madison Square Garden 3 times. Don't nobody cares if you can get in Mr. Childs by just making a phone call and shut the whole restaurant down. Don't nobody care if you have your star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Don't nobody care if you perform that Showtime of the Apollo. Don't none of that shit matter. Excuse my language. None of that matters. None of it. So you go ahead and keep having your fun in Babylon. Keep having your fun on Earth, and you know, looking down on the rest of us like we're nothing. Hey, what goes around comes around. Whether in this life or the next life. That's the way the universe works, baby. So I just feel like it's kind of dirty, you know, how they played it. And it's all political because everything is political, people. Everything is political. So there's nothing to get upset about. Everything is political. I mean, those of you who don't even know who Brittney Griner is, you know who Brittney Griner is, and you know what she represents. And for that alone, Joe Biden was under heavy pressure to bring her home. Look, let's just keep it real. Joey B is not running for a second term. His heart won't take it. He ain't doing a second term, okay? So whatever he's doing is for his predecessor. Whoever's gonna take over in the Democratic Party. He wants to leave the party in good standing, and he'll do that by doing these kind of acts. Because it doesn't just represent him as a president and his administration, but it represents the Democratic Party because he is a Democrat. Everything is political and everything is business. And these are things that if we don't forget, then we good to go. I'm not gonna be on all night with you people, man. Now then, the other person, who's attached now, I guess they'll be attached in history forever, is one Mr. Paul Whelan, 48 years old, when he was arrested. So he's like 52 now, something like that, 53. But what came to my attention is, they kept posting on all the media, ESPN, not ESPN, excuse me, CNN and all these other Fox News and former Marine hero, war hero, Marine. So I did a little digging, right? And this comes from the Detroit Free Press. This actually came out January 4th, 2019, and it was written by Kristen Jordan Shanks. New details have emerged about the military history of Novi businessman Paul Whelan, who has been accused of spying in Russia. Whelan, 48, was arrested Friday in Moscow and was charged with espionage. The Marine Corps released Whelan's service record, showing that he was convicted in a 2008 court-martial on charges related to larceny. For you, all you people don't know, court-martial is the military. That's a military trial. That's when you go to a military court. He joined the Marine Reserves May 10th, 1994, and was an administrative clerk and administrative chief. He rose to the rank of staff sergeant in December 2004 and was deployed in the war against Iraq for several months in 2004 and 2006. He was convicted at a special court-martial in January 2008 on several charges related to larceny and was given a bad conduct discharge in December 2008, and he was reduced to the rank of private. Whelan's last place of duty was Marine Corps Air Station, Miramar in California. So he's had quite a few jobs. There's no crime in that. He was a cop from 88 to 2000. He worked for a temporary service. But you see, they're saying he's a military hero. If you got a bad kind of discharge, you're not even eligible for any kind of veterans benefits. So you're not even a veteran. Well, there's no technically in it. You're not a veteran. Being a veteran requires you to have an honorable discharge from the armed forces of these United States of America. And I don't know about this guy. Larceny is stealing. So what was he really doing in Russia? Makes one think. What was he doing? And it appears from 2000, after he was a cop, he pretty much was working like all kind of different kind of jobs. He was all over the place. So I don't know about this guy, man. But still in all, that has nothing to do with it. He's still a human being, and he's been there longer. Why would you not try to secure him as well? But we know it's the bigger name, and this person is quote unquote somebody, and he's basically nobody. And it's like, when do y'all get tired of that? But I guess never, because we live in a society anyway where all y'all do is worship these damn celebrities. A lot of the podcasts out there, that's all they talk about. If you can have somebody who can make 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 videos about one person who's not like changing the world or is like changing life for any of us, You have issues. And you're clout chasing. I mean, let's just be honest, you're clout chasing. And you're hopefully, you're trying to get them views that you see everybody else is getting. And I told my brother this last night. I'm gonna do the same content if I had 3,000 subscribers or 300. I don't care. I'm not doing this based off of trying to blow up and all of that. I'm about to take all the nice little cute stuff away, like little banners, like all of that. For what? I just want you to hear my message and what I'm talking about. That's what I want you to hear. I want to bring the truth to you and let you decide. Can we actually have adult conversations sometimes and stop talking about the same stupidity and foolishness all the time? And there's not many people out here that's capable of that. So I don't get mad or hate when I see, other channels with 50,000 views and 100,000 subscribers. That's where those people's heads is at. A lot of people's heads is in the gutter, so to speak. They're not intelligent and they're not informed. Now, they don't want to admit that. And if I told them that, they'd be highly insulted, but it's the truth. Because you don't speak of anything of substance. That I'm like making a whole podcast talking about basketball players all day. I'm a grown man with responsibilities and who has other things going on and sit and talk about another man all day, every day, hoping to get my big break. I don't roll like that. I produce my own content. I bring content that I'm thinking about. I don't go for the breaking story. I might talk about something that was in the news 3 or 4 days later, but guess what? I'm always coming from a different angle. Now, I didn't say in this story where, Brittney Griner, the reason they say because she a black woman, and the black woman, you know what I'm saying, because we come from the Hebrews, and the black woman, she's the chosen person, so she had to go first, because that reason he ain't a real Jew if he's Jew at all. Nah, I don't care about shit like that, stuff like that. Excuse me, I don't. I'm not going to discuss stuff like that. I don't look for clickbait. I'm not Tariq Nasheed. I'm not Umar. I'm not any one of those clowns. I don't care about a foundational black. I don't care about any of that stupid stuff. If y'all realize, and this goes to a lot of the health people out there. You pay so much attention to the stuff that you put in your body as far as keeping you healthy and keeping you alive and strong and all of that, but you don't do the same thing when it comes to your brain. The brain works the same way, but you put all this trash in your mind, and it just sits there, and you put more on top of it. So you're constantly destroying your brain cells. And this is why we have so many people on YouTube and walking around the earth, and they're just stupid people. And it's like really shameful, man. Everybody wants to be entertained. That's really what trumps everything. No pun intended to my title. But everybody wants to be entertained. So, my last story, right, man? Is Donald Trump the gingerbread man? This guy cannot get caught in nothing. And look, I am not a hater of one Mr. Donald J. Trump. I'm not a hater at all. I respect Trump's game. Trump is like, catch me if you can, but you can't catch me in anything. I get away with everything. I can't be charged with anything criminally. You can't even sue me for anything. And you got to respect it. So I got this article, again, from CNN Politics, written by Caitlin Palance, Casey Gannon, Hannah Rabinowitz, and Kristen Holmes. I don't know why it takes that many people to write one little article, but whatever. So it says, and it came out today. Came out today, a little while ago, 7:46 Eastern. I guess these new journalists, it take more people to do 6 paragraphs. Back in the day, one person could do that, but I'll digress. A federal judge declined to hold former President Donald Trump in contempt of court in a closed-door hearing on Friday, two sources familiar with the matter told CNN. The sources told CNN that Chief Judge Beryl Howell instead pressed the Trump team and the Justice Department to work together to find a mutually agreeable resolution. ABC News first reported the judge had urged the teams to resolve the matter themselves. Damn, Judge, I don't know what you're for then. The contempt proceedings for Trump ended after almost 90 minutes behind closed doors on Friday afternoon at a Washington, D.C. courthouse. No outcome was publicly announced. According to sources, the judge questioned prosecutors on how she could hold Trump's team in contempt, given the steps Trump's lawyers have taken to alleviate the Justice Department's concerns that there may still be records in Trump's possession. She also questioned why prosecutors were quibbling over the necessity for a custodian of records to attest that all documents had been returned when Trump's lawyers had already informed the Justice Department that they had searched for locations, found 2 documents with classified markings, and returned those documents to investigators, according to 2 sources. The Justice Department declined to comment. You know what's crazy to me? Again, Donald Trump is the gingerbread man. You taking classified records home and you never return them and you're no longer president. I don't know. It's almost like, well, he was former president, so it's only but so much we can do to him publicly because it wouldn't look good for the country. But then it's like you almost have to think, almost some of the stuff that he's doing is damn near, if not criminal in nature. That it may not warrant a felony charge, it does warrant a couple of misdemeanors. I'm sure his critics would say felony, but misdemeanors. So Trump can get away with anything at any time. There's nothing anybody can do about it. But you think he won't be president again? And you don't think if he becomes president again, like, it's going to be even more lawless? Probably. I read somewhere he said he wants to get rid of the Constitution. I was like, wow. That's crazy. But again, I didn't really come on here tonight to do like a 4-hour show or nothing like that, or even an hour show. I just came to deliver because I said I'd be back on Friday. I want to talk about a few things that was getting on my nerves, so I figured I'd talk to y'all about it. But again, man, we have to stop with this celebrity worship, man. It's really, really out of control, man. Like, it's really, really, really out of control. Like, these people are just human beings. They put their pants on the same way as we do, so to speak. And you people have them on such a high pedestal. It's really irritating to the rest of us. Well, the rest of us with any type of common sense. Because again, like I said, I'm not going to have any podcast dedicated to any celebrity. Period. They can't get on my attention like that. It's more important things in the world that's going on. I like to talk sports with the next man. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that every day. All right. So again, thank you for tuning in. I'll be back Monday evening. Maybe tomorrow. I don't know yet. Maybe tomorrow. It all depends on what's going on. But remember, like, subscribe, and share. Stop worshiping these celebrities. And Donald Trump just can't be caught, man. You can't catch him in anything. You couldn't touch that man with a 10-foot pole. Mm-hmm. That's what's up, man. Y'all have a good weekend. Y'all be safe, man. Thank you for listening, man. All right.